Hi, and welcome back to It's a Miracle Beauty. My name is Brandy, and I am a review slash beauty channel related to using what you have and buying less, utilizing what you own versus always looking for the next thrill. I am not a prime example of this, but that is the goal of this channel. Apologize for my voice. I have been sick for 2 weeks. We tested negative for COVID, but it knocked me on my butt. I was blessed to be able to work from home, so I didn't have to use all of my sick days and everything, but it was terrible. My voice is still gone because of that. So today, as you saw from the title, I am doing the last update of my pan challenge. This is for December 2023. If you've never been here before, I do use the same exact intro in all 3 of my pan challenges. I work very, very long, hard hours. I have many kids. Plus, I also have an autoimmune disease. So using these duplicated intros assists me in having to record less, edit less, everything. So pardon if that's annoying, but it is helpful for me in many ways. Also, if you've never been here before, my pan challenges are not all to utilize everything to completion. My goal overall is to use more of what I have. Meaning, if I pan 20 items, those 20 items get used up, but everything else gets used less. So I rotate my pans, and then I also have things where I just want to get use out of, and it's not necessarily a completion project. There are completion projects in this, but not every product is for completion. I have a minimum number of times that I have on my list that I have to use it, and that's all I have to use it each month. If I choose to use it all month and I'm loving it, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't need to record it. I can just use everything I like, but I try to use each item a minimum number of times. So there is 3 pan challenges here. The first one is 23 and 23, and that is a rolling pan of items, again, just trying to utilize. This year, pretty much all 3 of my pans have the exact same goals. Next year, for 2024, I did change it up a bit, and I will do a welcome video shortly. My middle one is a rolling 10 that was inspired by Christina Chang, and that one is often items that are neglected, things I'm not using, things like that. It's not a primary goal, but it's something I try to put in that one. And then the last one is 20 products that are rolling, and that one was supposed to originally be a full face. It's rolled so many times it's no longer a full face, but I do typically call it that. So if that's something you'd like to see, I hope that you'll like, share, subscribe. Make sure to ring the bell for notifications because I don't upload at the same time on the same day or week, especially this month. I had so many videos planned and I got knocked on my butt from being sick, so I haven't had a video up in a really long time. But if you like my content, I hope that you'll do that. And let's get started on my last project pan updates for 2025. And again, thanks to your patience on the duplicated intro. It does help me immensely. This is my 20 rolling pan. This was really supposed to be a full face. I was going to have a primer, foundation, etc. It still kind of does that, but it's not a full face. You could make it work probably, but this one is the final update for 2023, as you saw. So there's definitely been some progress this month in this particular batch of products I'm very proud of. So the first thing I have is my ambient light palette, and I am going to also insert a picture of this when I do this, but I definitely hit pan on that. I don't know if it's going to pick up, but it definitely hit pan over there. I'm going to keep using this. I might even try to keep using the other shades and see if I can pan the whole palette. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to finish that middle shade. Next is the Hourglass Strobe. I also am hitting pan on this. This one is a little bit harder to see. It's all around the edges because of the way I use my brush. Hopefully that's focusing. My camera is acting stupid, but it has all the way around the palette. The pan has started showing. So that was really exciting. And then another exciting one is I could take the stop around, get more, and I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that right now. I finished my Hourglass. This one is getting drier and harder to use, so I was trying to hurry up and finish it. So now you can't, look, when I swirl my brush, I can't even get any concealer on it. I actually have this coming in the mail. I ordered the wrong color, and Hourglass was kind enough to exchange it for me, so this will have a full color. So I'm putting this in my empties. And then lastly, I have the Hourglass Rose Gold highlighter. This one, it has a ton of use. I think this has been in since day one. So I'm not going to put it all the way up because it will fall out. It's loose in there. So I just want to show how I use this a hell of a lot over the year. And I don't want to go any more than that. I still have that much left, and I used it almost daily. So it's definitely a long product. If you like the color, if you go and you like the consistency and you only use one, I think the price is fine for how much product you get. I never would have said that before this pan challenge, but I've been using it a lot and all year long, and we still have a ton. So next is NARS. NARS, I have 3 products, excuse me. I have my Orgasm Blush and Cream, and if you look, it is getting way down there. It is just, let me show it on the light. It is crazy. Actually, it technically is showing a pan in there right now, but once I start up, it'll be gone again. I am going to try to finish that product. I'm so close. It's like, why not try to finish it? The same blush in the powder format I had in here. I'm not getting rid of this, but it's not my favorite. I have a time and a place when I like to use it. Like, I think this is wonderful when you have like a holiday or a Christmas party or something and you want a little bit more shimmer. I use shimmer on my cheeks every single day, but this is such a bright shimmer. It's kind of hard to deal with at times. And then I also had my travel size creamy concealer from NARS. This doesn't have a lot of change in it. I really didn't use it enough to get enough change. I used the bare minimum every single month just to get some money out of it. Next is the Pat McGrath foundation. This has some use out of it. Actually, this has been in here. I actually kind of want to check because it's been in here the whole year. I feel like it has, but maybe I'm wrong. Looks like I put it in April. So we had, you know, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So that's 9 months basically of use. That's how much I got out of it. This has a high alcohol content. It's very drying naturally. It feels super moisturizing when you first put it on, but over time it sucks the moisture out of your skin. So if you have combo or oily skin, you may like this. It is like, when I bought it, it was $68. I think it's even more now because she's raised all of her prices. Do not ever pay full price for Pat McGrath. She does 20, 30, 40% off all the time. So just wait. Don't let the urge eat you and wait for a really good sale. I've got 40% off so many times. And sometimes you have to buy a certain amount and you get 40, but this, their priming essence, the rose essence, doesn't smell like roses, is amazing. It's so good for dry skin. So either way, I wouldn't pay full price if you want it. This is going to be decluttered. Sad, but I wasted 9 months on it and I don't like it. So we're done. Next is the Jaclyn Hill Duo. This is one that I put in and I was like, oh, I'm not going to use it very long. I'm probably going to get rid of it. It's not very good. It's been in here a long time. Let's see. This has been in here since May. And let me just say, this is for uber fair people only. This is not for anybody that has any kind of skin tone. Because look, this right here, it's a quality bronzer in its consistency. It works fantastic. It really messes up, but I have to layer it a lot. This I do love. This is a very light blush. It adds just the purplest, beautifulest lilac tinge. I love cool tone blushes, so this is right down my alley. I'm not getting rid of it. It's still working good. I have no problems with it. That's gonna stay. One I'm going to declutter because of age, 100%. I actually already have a backup for it. I actually really love it, is the Glossier Concealer. This is their stretch concealer. If you have dry under eyes, it is amazing. There's a ton of product in here, so pay attention to that when you actually purchase it. The price isn't that bad when you think about the product. If you only have one concealer, this is a great value. This has a huge dip. It's literally almost to the pan, but the sides are completely full, so it's not really almost used up, but this is at least 3 years old, maybe more. So last Black Friday, not this year, 2022, I bought one of these thinking this would go fast, and it didn't. So I am decluttering this. It is going for age. Next is the Oma Stick Bronzer, and they don't even sell these anymore. I didn't realize that. I've been talking about these and raving about this and everything else, and I guess they discontinued this, and I think the brand might actually be defunct now. I think that the creator left. I forget her name. She actually it seems like a really amazing human being. She left the brand, I think, in July or August, and since then, people have been buying things that weren't shipped. The phone got disconnected. There's just a lot going on. If you watch Jen Love's reviews, she's talked about it in there, and you could probably go to her page, Jen Love's Reviews, and then type Oma closing or Oma out of business or even just Oma, and you should be able to find it. So this is all we have left. I am going to try to finish this. I probably will put this in January because I'm so close and I really adore the product. And since I can't like just go buy a replacement, I'm going to finish it. Next is the Chantecaille foundation. This is a love-hate relationship. This was $68. Never should have bought it. I wanted to try some of the bougie stuff I saw people talking about. I got into the FOMO and I bought it. This can be so beautiful that you're like, is that actually my skin? Who is that? And then you'll do it again. You'll be like, I'm 143. So I've been playing with this for like 3 or 4 months and I still haven't figured out exactly how to work it so that I don't have that flux, but I am, because of the price, going to keep working at it. So next we have the Makeup Forever palette. This is the one that I made. Makeup Forever sells these palettes. They sell all of their powders single, so you can make your own. My goal was just to get use out of this. I did. I'm keeping it. It's not probably going to be in a challenge again unless I want to use it more, things like that. One Size Bronzer. This has become one of my favorite for the contour shade. This is the fair one. I also own the light one. The light one is better for the bronzer, but this fair shade in the middle, this contour shade, if you're fair, it's amazing. And it's really, his formula is really good. I think people don't realize, that haven't tried it, don't realize exactly how good that brand is for formula. Like people, if you watch, people are diehard fans of certain products. It's amazing. And Patrick Star has more oily skin from what I remember. And so a lot of his products are geared towards oily skin. Like I know that I own the powder, but the powder is geared toward more oily skin, for example. So I love that product, not going anywhere. One that I do not have because I lost it again. I don't know what is happening. Every time I pan a lip gloss, I lose it. I don't know what's going on. I probably will find it in a purse, in the car, at work, whatever, eventually, but I do not have it here with me. And that was my Pat McGrath lip gloss. What was the name of that one? Sunset Rose. Actually, it was a really pretty color. It was like a mauve-y, shimmery color. It was maybe that much left in it. If I lost, it's not the end of the world, but that's the second one I've lost. It's so weird. Which the other one I did find, by the way, the Fenty, I did end up finding. It was the weirdest thing. And I also found, if you watch my videos, in October I went to Lansing. I'm in Metro Detroit. I went to Lansing for a class for work and I lost an eyeliner and I actually found it. It must have fell in my suitcase. I went to put my suitcase away and we took it out to our shed and it was actually rolling around in there. So nice job unpacking, Brady. I obviously was a win there. But so that's two products I've lost that I've actually ended up finding. Next is the LYS Higher Standard. I'm probably going to declutter this. I haven't decided for sure, but I like a lot of LYS products. But this one, it's not that it's necessarily bad. First of all, it's a year old. I got it last year at holiday, but also it's just meh. Like sometimes it looks good and sometimes it looks bad, but it never looks, oh my God. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that one. I will figure out at some point. If you've been here before, I've been panning. This is not actually Pixie. This has a mix of tons of other setting sprays. There is Gerard Cosmetics Coconut in here. There is Milani Make It Last. There is Fenty and there is Rare Beauty. And so they're all just mixed in there. When it gets down to about here, I make another Franken one because I love the sprayer. So that is definitely staying. Love it. Not using it. And it's kind of a faux pas thing or a faux thing in my pan because I'm always using it no matter what. Like this isn't just something I'm using for the pan. I always use it, but I couldn't think of a product to put in. So I was like, well, I do use it anyway, so it works. One that is actually going in the trash is my Patrick Ta. Again, Patrick Ta. This is a lip mask that I received, I believe, from, I can't remember if it was the Allure box or if it was the BoxyCharm or Ipsy or whatever. But this is almost new. Like you can see how full it is and it's already bad. I don't know the exact age of this. I know it's about a year old or more. So it's not unheard of that it went bad, but I have lip masks from Laneige that are like 2 years old and perfectly fine. So it's just weird to me. This is literally bad. Like it's getting moldy. So I'm tossing that and that's going to go in the declutter slash, actually I should probably put it in. That is going to be decluttered and tossed in the garbage. I'm not giving that to anyone. Next is the Mario eyeshadow. This is the Rosy Glam. I got these really cheap. I think it was 3 for $25 last holiday. I didn't know anything about his formula. I figured it wasn't that good if they decluttered it, you know, if they're getting rid of them that fast, but it does look like this. It has like a purpley shade, a brown shade, and then a more deeper purple. It creates a really beautiful look. They are slightly hard to work with. I think even a beginner could work with these. I don't think they're terrible. And the shimmer is not a metallic. It looks metallic in the pan. It is not metallic, but it doesn't, like when I do mine, like, okay, so today I'm wearing Wayne Goss's eyeshadow and he has shimmers, he has satins, he has mattes, and he has like glittery type, and I'm wearing one of the glittery ones. That doesn't blend on your eye, and so it just like you almost look like you had silver chunks. So the metallic I didn't care for, but the satin and the mattes were fine. I had no issue with those. And then the very last thing that I wanted to add in is I actually replaced the Patrick Ta with one of my Laneige Travel. This is in Mango, and I did finish this. It is completely gone. So that is an empty that we got. So that is my last update of my last pan challenge for 2023. It's hard to believe we are already going into 2024. This year was a blink of an eye for me personally. I had, in some ways, one of the most amazing years I've ever had, and then financially, it's been a horrible year. We bought a house last year in June, and we have literally spent every dime in this house. Furnace, air conditioner, plumbing, repairs to our heating and HVAC system. Like, it's just been one thing after another. And that's on top of moving and repairs that you have to do just to move in and everything. So it's just been a really rough year. But in other ways, it's been an amazing year. I started a new job in May. It is the best job I've ever had in my entire life. I work for an amazing human being, work with other amazing human beings. So I just am looking forward to 2024 being great as this year, but less expensive. That's all I'm asking. So I hope you come back and watch my 2024 introduction, my end of 23 declutter, my empties, and then I also have a no buy coming. I'm doing a pretty strict no buy next year, and it's kind of interesting how I'm working it. So I hope you'll come back and check that out. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I hope I see you again soon, guys. Have a great new year.